Welcome to the first episode of the Catch Up Podcast with me, Bailey, and him,
I'm
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah, that is Fox. So basically, the Catch Up is a way of us staying in contact. We don't see each other as often as we used to because school dictated that I had to see him. Um, and basically, we talk about video games when we see each other. So we're gonna do that every week on a podcast instead of seeing each other face to face.
Sometimes we talk about movies.
Yeah, we'll talk about movies too. Um, so I don't know why I've taken the role of host because I sound like a dick now. I've
I don't
just
mind being co-host.
That's cool. So on the catch up, there is a lot of Nintendo stuff happening. That wasn't English. There's a lot of Nintendo stuff happening, recently, and I think we should catch up and talk about Nintendo since we
Yeah,
both love Nintendo.
not fanboys, but kind of fanboys.
Yeah, we're both PlayStation fanboys, and we're making a whole
Segment
podcast
about
about Nintendo.
yeah, it's very weird how life
Yeah.
changes. So what do you want to talk about first? We could talk about the Direct Mini. We could talk about Labo. We could talk about anything rumors.
I think we should. I think we should talk about Labo first
Since
because
that's more
I don't really have a lot to say about Labo,
right.
and is the reason why I'm saying I think we should talk about that first. I don't know if you do, but from what I
Um,
gathered, you don't really have much more to say than I do.
I don't know. I may have gained some more things to say
Oh, okay.
recently.
Um, I'll just spit out my views because I have like a 3 second opinion on Labo.
Fair enough. Go for it.
I think it's cool, but it's not for me.
That's a
That's it. That's all I have to say about
That's a very
it.
fair point. I think overall it will end up selling well. I don't know why I think that, but I showed it to my dad recently, and he was just completely on board with it. He wants to like order both packages. Like,
Yeah, I agree with you. That I think it probably will do well. Um, my concern is that they overuse it.
yeah,
I don't want much resources being pulled from. I know it is technically a Switch game, but I don't want much resources being pulled from the Switch.
or yeah, or other potential
Yeah,
things. I don't think it will. Like this, to me, has probably been in the works for a good few years. Like they've thought about this clearly, and
yeah,
it doesn't seem to have taken away from Switch resources yet. Maybe they have a whole separate team on it. I'm not quite sure. I've not looked into it.
yeah. Well, because the thing I was thinking, because when you mentioned that you showed your dad and he was completely on board, when I mentioned it to my dad, he was like completely like, "Why? What's the point in this? Why is there a product made out of cardboard?" Um,
My dad was just like, "Oh my god, like it's a VR robot, but it's real life. I want it."
yeah, it's weird. I think it might be good. I don't think I'll get any of it. I think it's too pricey for me, personally.
Yeah, I do agree that the price point is pretty high, even though it comes with the software. Is the software worth that much?
I think it's like the variety pack in the UK is
60,
60, I think.
and then the
And
robot is
then
70.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like we're paying a bit too much for it, considering.
Well, when has that ever been different for us in the UK?
Very true.
Like
It's
any
a weird
kind
one.
of yeah,
Well, I mean, we're paying way
that's
more
all
than
it
in
is
America, I think.
because we always do
Yeah, it's weird. Our PlayStation 4 launch prices
the same.
were 350,
Yeah,
350 British sterling, and they had like 350 US dollars, I think.
yeah, but then they
It's
have to add a little bit of tax onto that. But then still, if you convert it, it still makes us pay more. Yeah,
yeah. I think the only people that get screwed more is probably Australia.
yeah,
Their prices and Brazil, their prices are ridiculous.
yeah. I
Um,
see a few times here and there on the news about different countries that have to pay through the nose.
because Brazil have a weird technology law
Yeah,
where because they want to promote a lot of like homegrown stuff, but yet they don't really promote homegrown stuff. I know their PS4s are like 4,000
yeah,
of
something
their currency,
ridiculous.
which is like nearly $1,000 or something.
It's something along that. Any Brazilians, feel free to correct us and tell us the actual figures.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, because I mean that's why the Sega Mega Drive is still really big over there,
Yeah,
and that's a 16-bit era system, and it's still massive over there. I know EA was still making games for the Sega Mega Drive,
that's brilliant.
because they had I can't remember which one it was. I think it was like I think Need for Speed Pro Street, which came out in like 2009.
Yeah.
Came out on the Mega Drive.
Well, in theory,
And Guitar Hero came out on the Mega Drive too.
What? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. But yeah.
Well, it would have been the first time. There was still
else
making
you've got on
PS2
Labo,
games. Like, until recently.
Yeah, that is true. The last PS2 game was FIFA 14.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's PES 14, I think, the official last game.
Well, one of the football games, they're all the same to me. Someone's gonna like have.
They're all the same to me, and I've bought every single one for the last 10 years.
Well, I own FIFA 18 now. Like, that's a thing.
Do you?
Yeah. This is a slight segue from Nintendo. I recently purchased a PS4 Pro.
Did you?
Yeah, I got it like last week.
Dude, why?
Because I ordered a 4K TV as well the same day.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I know. I have paid so much money for technology in the last 2 weeks. I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
I'll play FIFA with you.
Like what have I bought in the past 2 weeks? I bought an Xbox One S. I bought a Switch Pro controller. I bought.
You didn't buy the Switch Pro controller.
Yeah, I bought. I bought the Xenoblade one.
You did not give in to the price point of the controllers for the Switch. I refuse to buy an extra controller for that thing.
Like, it's really good though. I really like the Xenoblade Chronicles Switch controller, and it went back down to normal price. Normal, quote unquote.
60.
Yeah, like so that was good. I got a PS4 Pro. I got a 4K TV, probably one of the best on the market currently, I believe. So yeah, I paid a bit through the notes, like, for that.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna keep? What? How are you gonna do it then?
How am I gonna do
like?
what?
Is like your setup still gonna be in the living room?
Yeah, mainly because that's the only place that the TV could fit.
I thought you already had a 4K TV in the living room.
No, it was like a very, very old 1080p TV.
Oh, right.
But yeah, like, it's great. It has 4 HDMI ports. I don't have to mess around with those anymore, rather than switching them every day.
I suppose it is a good move for you. You've got PSVR and stuff, so
yeah, that's the main reason I wanted a Pro, because I heard a lot of good stuff about certain games.
I didn't even know that. You didn't even mention this. You decided to break the news on our first official podcast.
I thought it'd get us those views, them clicks.
Yeah. I bought a PS4 Pro. I've gone mentally insane.
Post me on r/madlads.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to cast my opinion because I regard you as a close friend, so I'm not going to ridicule you for buying a 4K PS4. But
hey, I got it for a good price. Like, I got it for like just under 300.
Oh, that's not bad actually.
Because I got it from Tesco and I can get 10% off. So
yeah, that's not bad actually.
It came with FIFA, so I own that.
Mm. I own that 3 times.
I know. I saw your collection. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
The one time I see you every 3 years.
Yeah, I didn't pay for the Switch one. I didn't steal it, but I did. I thought I'd say that before I finished my sentence. I didn't pay for the Switch one, so that was the reason why I've got it on the Switch. Which I think is probably I think it is the worst version of FIFA.
Yeah.
But it's quite fun to play on a train.
Yeah, like, I feel like every game should just be on the Switch because of just the portability. Like,
yeah, but you can say that, but you get to the point where you're like, oh, every game's perfect on the Switch, and you become that kind of guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say every game's perfect for the Switch, but like, there's a lot of good stuff that you could go on there. Like,
I want a battle royale game on the Switch.
Oh god, like. Yeah, but you wouldn't unless the trains get Wi-Fi. Like, how are you gonna do that?
I mean, obviously, it would be one of those games that you play when you're in the house. But...
yeah, like when you're like, oh, I've just won PUBG on the toilet.
Yeah, well, then again, like, hotspots are becoming a bigger thing now, and
true,
like, portable Wi-Fi is a thing.
Mackie D's.
So
playing PUBG.
I think it's more than Mackie D's, but like, yeah. I think we should get back onto Nintendo because we've gone on a
True.
massive tangent.
True. I just wanted to kind of brag about everything I bought recently.
Well, I still don't know the reason why you bought an Xbox One. I presumed it's because you wanted to be like me, but then I realized my effect on people wore off in like 2011. So I feel like my influence for people wore off like 7 years ago. I feel like I reached my peak when I was like 13, and I've stagnated for the rest of my life.
I don't know why I bought one. I just have one now. I'm like, hey, if anything good comes out on it, I can get it. Cuphead, because I can't really be bothered to like buy a PC.
You might as well now. You've got everything else.
Fair enough.
You might as well do it. You might as well be exactly like me. I didn't even get a PS4 Pro, but
you've been contemplating it for no reason.
Well, there was a reason, because I wanted super sampling for one, and
I have more so a reason because of VR, as we said.
Also, I wanted things to look a bit nicer.
Also, actually, one of the main reasons I want it is because...
Have you got it set up, actually?
Yes, I have it set up. Everything's...
Have you used it?
I've used it. I've not really played anything properly on it yet, besides something I will talk about later, but we need to get back to Nintendo eventually. But yeah, I have noticed a difference, mainly in like the brightness of stuff, since I have a OLED TV.
See, because when I purchased, like, how old am I? When I I've still got a cold. It's affecting me when I laugh, so I'm not gonna try and be funny at all, and hopefully you don't, because I'll just sound ill and give people AIDS over the mic. But I bought my Xbox One S in like August, September time.
Yeah.
And with the impending doom of the Xbox One X approaching, which is, I don't know what, I didn't want to wait because I didn't want to pay £450.
I know that's a bit, that's steep even for me, even though I'm like rolling in it at the minute, kind of.
But like, because I saw that was coming, and I was like, maybe I should wait, and then I just ended up picking up the Xbox One S because there was some really good deals at the time.
Yeah, the deals have been pretty damn good in the UK like lately, to do with them.
And so I just got one, and I've enjoyed using it. I probably use it more than my PS4, which makes me cry a little inside.
Oh, see, not for me, but I guess you have like more friends who play on Xbox.
Yeah. Well, I use it for multiplayer stuff, and at the minute, which I actually wanted to talk about this, since we're not talking about Nintendo at the moment, I'll talk about this now. I feel a very large gap between my love for PlayStation at the moment. I feel it's becoming increasingly hard to be a PlayStation fan when the only thing they're producing is single-player narrative games.
See, that's like the reason I do continue playing it.
Yeah, but I really liked that. I really like the fact they are doing it, but it's the only thing they're doing.
They have the COD exclusivity.
Yeah, but that's not from like PlayStation itself. That's just a third-party exclusive.
I guess it's because I've never been bothered about multiplayer games. You know how antisocial I am when it comes to online.
It's not even the multiplayer thing. It's just that all the games are sort of doing the same thing. Last of Us was just Uncharted with a heartstring moment. The God of War reboot is going to be a single-player narrative experience.
Yeah, but God of War's... Well, it's not always been that. I guess it's always been like ragey hack and slash
game. And I'm not saying that, I don't want things to evolve and change. I'm just saying I don't want every franchise on PlayStation to be exactly the same. Which is why I kind of like the fact that they redid the Crash Bandicoot games. Yeah. Although I have an incredible disdain for Crash Bandicoot.
I know that very much. I remember when I had it on PS3, and you came around and you was like, this is the worst video game of all time. How did someone ever play this?
Yeah, I don't like Crash Bandicoot, and I don't know why. I think I completely missed out on it. I've been a weird PlayStation fanboy. I love the system. What we spoke about this recently, but like, I'm not a video game fan. I'm a fan of video game systems, and I think that's probably why I like the Switch so much. Because, as much as I didn't like Zelda: The Breath of the Wild, which is another unhealthy opinion according to most, I really enjoyed Mario, and that was a video game. That was a proper like. Just play with something for 30 hours.
Yeah.
And that surprised me. That's probably why the Switch surprised me the most, because it's made me enjoy games. more than it has the system, and I think the system is still the selling point. I think it's still the best part about what Nintendo's doing. But I think the games are great on it too.
Yeah, and they still clearly have a lot more to come. Like, I personally think, like, maybe not necessarily as much this year because we were talking about this as well. Like the B list, the year of the B listers, you called
Yeah.
it. You believe that's where
I don't
they'll
know
kind
where
of
I read
capture.
that article, but I've never seen it again.
That's how the internet works. It makes you look crazy.
I just don't know where it went. I don't know who made it, who wrote it. I've got no idea.
Well, I'm hoping that this rumored Nintendo Direct in February is going to be true, and then we'll just get like a load of stuff, and they're just going to go crazy.
Yeah, I was So I guess we're finally going back to Nintendo.
Yeah, we finally got back
But
on track.
I can't remember what we spoke about because we were gonna just regurgitate what we spoke about the other day.
Yeah, to catch people up on. That's
Yeah,
it.
and what was
It's not
sort of-
necessarily just to catch up for us; it's to catch up for the people out there who want to know this kind of news. Or
Yeah, well, we're quite infamous for making up fake news. Really.
yeah, but we also our fake news
But-
usually becomes real.
But not for like to make fake news. It's like we discuss things and we go, oh, maybe this is the natural direction that something's going to go. And more often than not, we have been known to get things slightly right, which is that's even weirder than anything else.
Yeah,
Because before the Switch and before the actual NX rumors were coming out, we discussed that Nintendo's next move was probably going to be the handheld market alone.
yeah, like just push for a really powerful like DS type system.
Yeah, and what came to mind was the HDS, which sounds ridiculous, but
DS itself was ridiculous. Like 3DS was ridiculous, but
yeah,
high definition screen and also dual screen made perfect sense.
yeah, it did, and it happened. We got the Switch, which was a 720p to 1080p handheld system that can also go onto your TV, but the majority of it is for handheld use. I think they push that more than they do the TV use. I think most of the adverts show handheld more than they do TV.
Yeah, I think it's because they know that people are going to like take it out or like that it will be their main selling point. People are like, oh yeah, I can play this game like on my PlayStation, but I could also, if I got it on the Switch, I could walk around with it.
Yeah, I could play it on the train. That's the selling point, Jake. So
you and your
train quite a
train,
lot.
like
I use the train quite a lot, and the train travel that I usually take is like a 2-hour train ride. So one train that takes 40 minutes to Nottingham, and the next train which takes an hour and something to undisclosed place because I don't want to give away wherever I go. That's not something
people like start tracking it. There was someone with like a big corkboard somewhere now, tracking us.
But like, so I don't use the Switch for the 40-minute, but for like the hour and a half bit, I use it all the way, and that was quite cool to me because the last time I took the train, I got for Christmas I got Skyrim. I didn't want to pay for it myself, but I got it as a gift.
It's a good thing I didn't buy you Skyrim for Christmas because I almost did.
That would have been an expensive gift, and I probably would have punched you in the eye.
I know. I'm terrible for buying people expensive gifts. I get told off all the time.
But I got Skyrim, and I used it on the train. How great is Skyrim on the train? Like, you would have thought that was a thing that would happen.
No, like no one could ever see. Like, only as we said the only way we can ever imagine that is if it's your laptop, but that's still pretty bulky to like take with you.
Yeah, to carry around a laptop isn't always a good solution, personally.
Also, something we didn't mention during Labo is how Nintendo are apparently going to put the blueprints online for free for the cardboard itself.
Yeah.
I get why. It's because in case, it's marketed for kids, your kid comes home, he rips a piece. You're not going to want to go out and pay 60 quid for the whole package again just to get that one piece back.
Yeah. It's a weird one. I'm not. It makes sense, but I just don't know why they're doing it.
It's because it's Nintendo. Their stock went up like ridiculously after that trailer came out.
Yeah, but that's what business happens, doesn't it? It goes up and down all the time.
That's the Nintendo way.
Yeah.
I'm Oh no, you go
Oh,
first.
sorry. You go because I'm not going to talk about Labo, so you might as well.
Oh no, I wasn't either. I was like, I wasn't sure where I was going to go with this.
Uh, okay.
I was just thinking
Um.
about upcoming games and stuff like
Uh. I'm
for
going
it.
to refer back to the texts we were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
I'm going to start going on that because it's a pretty good script for how to be honest, the conversation will go. And I'm going back to the first one really that we spoke about, and you were talking about Animal Crossing, and I think that's a good title to talk about right now
I think that's some good
because
fake news. Like, put it on the title of the podcast.
yeah, Animal Crossing coming to the Switch,
Confirmed on this podcast.
March 27th, 2018.
It's going to be a surprise like announcement. They're going to announce it 4 days before at 7 p.m. UK time. You heard it here first.
Um. Yeah, you heard it here first. I've got Satoru Iwata's ghost living in my
Oh,
loft.
what a great man! Don't remind me, dude. Oh, it still gets me every time I.
In my loft, and he tells me about upcoming video game releases. And I know that Animal Crossing comes March 27th, 2018.
Oh wait, no, because do you realize everything comes out that week? Like, like everything. that would literally. I only just realized that would probably. Be
I think
like,
that's why I subconsciously thought of that. That
I was like,
period.
oh god, like because God of War is rumored for them, Yakuza 6 is there, Ni no Kuni's then, like, there's some multi-platform game I think that I don't care about. Jesus. Yeah, Animal Crossing. I think it's coming. Everyone thinks it's coming. Nintendo just like put out a new trademark for it.
Can I use my catchphrase that you said was really good?
Go for it.
That Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem are the poster boys of the B-list Nintendo franchises.
Someone will probably kill us for that, but like someone's like, no.
I think it's true. I don't know many people I don't know a wide audience that generally cares about Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I can say that because it's supposed to be the hardcore game, like.
And I do see a bigger variety of audience that like Animal Crossing. However, Animal Crossing doesn't have the weight that Pokemon does outside the gaming circle, or that Zelda does, or that Mario does, or that I think Metroid is slowly becoming a B-lister as well.
Like, also we have to think about how the Japanese market views it, because obviously I think at the end of the day that's where Nintendo have their focus. Like, if it pleases the Japanese gamers, the Americans can come afterwards. Like, and I do know that in Japan there are just like at the train stations there are just random Animal Crossing, like, not posters, like the TV posters almost, and it'll be like Isabelle talking to you, and I'm like, that's really weird.
Yeah.
Like, so they like.
Well, they are weird though, aren't they?
Yeah, like
I think that's why we all desire to go and visit.
Yeah, I'm hoping to go within like the next few years. Like,
similar actually. My plan was sort of for next year.
Like, I could easily afford it next year. I think if I like kept my money right.
I think if I saved up, I screwed up. I lost a lot of money like quite quickly.
Oh, don't I know?
I would like to go. I think the plan is for next year. Well, I don't know how it's gonna work yet. But the plan was, I don't know why I'm talking about my travel plans on this.
Hey, it's a catch up. It's anything goes.
The major plan was because it was going to be me and my friend wanted to go together, and we actually discussed it on a drunken night out, and he was considerably more drunk than me, but and I was like, oh, we should go on holiday, and he's like, yeah we should, and I was like, well, how about Japan? We both want to go. You're currently like you're learning kanji and how to speak it as well. And he was like, yeah, sure. And then the next day I remembered it because I was, not as drunk. Anyway, the plan was we were going to go to... I don't want to go straight to Tokyo.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but my plan was
for
like... Because me and him wanted to explore sort of the more back areas of Japan and see rural Japan.
Yeah.
Obviously not spend a load of time there, but we wanted to see the rural parts of Japan.
Yeah, I think people can easily forget about that because they're like, let's just go to the wacky part. Like,
but like for me, my main destination was Osaka. I wanted to go to Osaka first, and from that point, you can sort of take a train near enough everywhere.
Yeah, literally.
I do want to go and see Tokyo because I think that'd be freaking insane. But
there's some good stuff in Tokyo and Akihabara.
but my main destination, I don't know why. I have no idea why I made it my go-to place for me. I don't know. I can't even think of anything that sticks out to mind why I wanted it was Osaka. And I still don't, to this day, don't know why I wanted to go there more than anywhere. But yeah, I think it sounds cool.
True. Well, anywhere in Japan sounds cool. Like
I do kind of. I want to like I don't know a lot about Japan. I used to know more, but I think my brain sort of died a bit
with all the nights out, like
during 2016 and 2017. I think my mind sort of died a bit. Like personal effects and sadness and stuff like that really corrupted my mind. I think it probably will ruin my life from now on. Like the bad periods during sort of like 2016 and 2015.
Yeah.
And probably last year as well, because that was another shit year.
Can't argue with you there.
I think that I'll probably ruin my life from this point onwards, because I feel before sort of 2015 period, I was a very creative person. I wanted to make things in the world. I wanted the people to know my name for generations. And I don't have any of that desire anymore. I think I could probably pick up that desire again, but it's difficult when you lose it.
Yeah.
I don't generally talk about this sort of thing, so I don't know why I've chosen now to. But
it's open space.
Yeah, it's weird. I do generally think 2015, 2016, 2017 ruined my life. So anyway, Nintendo.
They're a thing. Yeah, we were talking about Animal Crossing. I think it's got great potential. The Japanese love it. We've been due since 6 years ago or something stupid like that on the 3DS.
Yeah.
3DS held it back. Let's be honest, the 3DS held everything back.
It held the Wii U back, definitely.
It's like I can imagine such great potential for certain games that are on the 3DS, like how they could look like on the Switch or anything like that. Like Professor Layton, even it's like such a simple thing, but it could change from a point and click. Can you imagine like a full 3D run around?
Are they bringing back Professor Layton?
Well, they just brought it back with his daughter on the 3DS last year. So I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not finished it yet. I got it for Christmas. I've done the first 2 missions. I've lost my 3DS charger, so I can't play it. I'm terrible with cables, honestly. Never trust me with a charging
cable. Drawer. I've got a Nintendo drawer, haven't I? So I don't tend to lose
it's because my sister has one as well, so I keep moves all the way around. I'll find it eventually. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. It's very different. I don't know if she's getting her own trilogy like Layton did, or if they're just doing spin-offs, because I think it's set 15 years after the last game in the timeline. And and Layton's just missing. So I don't know if we find out in this game, again, I've not finished it, or if it's supposed to be a hey, you work towards this across the saga.
Yeah.
Ace Attorney, there's a rumored Ace Attorney project for Switch. I'm looking forward to it. I buy them all. Love that series. Very surprised that it came back really after number 4 being on the original DS, and then out of nowhere we get 2 more on the 3DS towards the end of its life cycle.
Yeah, I'll reiterate the point I made earlier. I'm not really a video game fan, so there's not many franchises that I always come back to, as per se. There is Pokemon that I will always come back to.
Did you ever play Sun and Moon?
No, I didn't.
I always come back to it, but I didn't play Gen 7.
It sort of passed me by. It didn't, because with X and Y, there was a real interest in it.
Yeah, but No, keep going.
It looked cool. I think the setting was really cool. I think being set in France made it kind of interesting to me. I don't know. It did a lot more, and then Sun and Moon sort of felt like it really trickled out. Like it was announced, there wasn't generally a load of
marketing.
I don't want to say hype because that just feels like a bad word, but hype around it.
See, I feel like the news I followed generally did have quite a bit of hype because people were like, "Hey, it feels like people people who only ever played like the first generation and really enjoyed it. Like for some reason, I saw a big amount of people who only played Gen 1 and then just never played anymore because they were like, oh, it'll never get better than this. But then they came back for Sun and Moon, and I don't know why. I don't know if it was the Alolan forms, it was something different with no gyms, or what. Like, I just saw a giant wave of people who are like, hey, I've never played a Pokemon game, or it's my first one since the originals. I'm going to jump back in.
For me, the last one I really... Because I liked X and Y.
Yeah, I did too, even though I heard that that's one of the less liked ones now, for some reason.
I think, looking back, it's probably because it didn't really do a lot.
Fair enough.
The actual story to it started and ended really quickly for me.
Yeah, maybe like once you hit like the legendary, it gives you a massive lore dump like at the end of the game.
Yeah,
like it tries to, and then the old guy who's like, it's been 3,000 years.
Yeah, and it doesn't really push you to do any post game stuff. So and I don't mean push as in like force you to do it, but apparently.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the Gen 3 remakes. Sorry.
Yeah, but the like apparently the post game is really good, but I didn't do it because I didn't feel any obligation to do it.
See, I feel like I did do it, but I couldn't tell you what it was about. It might have been Looker again.
It was the detective stuff.
Right, yeah, I definitely did that, but I can't really remember much of it. Because it all kind of jumbles.
I think that was the problem with X and Y. It's not memorable.
Yeah, I can give them that. Like, I remember the legendaries because they were like all we ever argued about when it came out.
I think the deer one looks really cool, and I think Yveltal looks really cool too.
Yeah, they're definitely like really cool legendaries.
Zygarde was pretty boring.
Oh yeah, but we can have Toothpaste Zygarde this year. What?
I didn't even like the versions of Zygarde they did either. They look stupid.
No, because Zygarde
that one that's humanoid looks like a Digimon.
Oh, the like true form or 100% form, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
What is it? It's the year of the legendaries this year.
All right.
And they're doing an event every month, similar to the other year when they did the year of the mythical Pokemon. I didn't actually know there was a difference between mythical Pokemon and legendary Pokemon.
I didn't even know there was a thing called mythical Pokemon.
Mythical Pokemon are Pokemon you cannot catch in the game. You can only get them through events. Whereas the legendary Pokemon are like Dialga, Palkia, Giratina. And mythical Pokemon are your Shaymins, Mew, and all those. Okay. And I was like, oh, didn't know that. I'm still only missing one Pokemon from my living dex, and that's Diancie. And I'm so annoyed by it.
I think the last Pokemon game that I fell in love with was probably Diamond and Pearl. I think they were the last ones for me that were like, oh, okay, this is where it gets good.
Yeah, I remember like really liking Diamond and Pearl when I first played it. I think I had Pearl, and then like afterwards, I don't know why I used to say it, but I was like, oh, Diamond and Pearl was the worst one. But then I look back on it, and they're really good.
They are really good.
Like especially like Platinum. Platinum like is the definitive version of it by far. I believe
I have Platinum, but I didn't finish it.
Like just because it adds the whole like the Dark World part of it, and it adds a lot more.
I've never been a fan of the third games.
I definitely think Diamond is. I mean, not Diamond. Sorry. Platinum is the definitive way to play Gen 4, just because it adds so much and it actually feels like a third version rather than most of the.
I never played Gen 5 either.
I never played it, but that's a lie. I played a few hours of it, but I have seen the game from beginning to end, online and stuff, because I wanted to see what it was about. I never saw like Black and White 2 though. I have no knowledge of that series.
And I didn't like Gen 3.
Oh, I know you don't.
And Gen 2 is my favourite.
Gen 3 is the best. Right where you at? Fight me. I thought you. I throw back.
There's not enough water in Gen 3.
Yes, 7.8 out of 10.
There's not enough water in it.
God, that brings me back to Pokemon Emerald when we played it together. When I forced you to, and we got stuck on the. Who was it? Watson. I think it was the electric gym. We got stuck on him for like hours.
I have no idea.
Oh, that was great.
I lost a load of that footage.
Yeah, and that's why we like stopped. Otherwise, I'd have probably like kept going. Oh my
Well,
god.
I didn't lose it. It's on my old computer, but I think I deleted it by accident.
Something happened somewhere because it happened with what was it? The Godzilla fighting game. That was the best thing we ever did, and no one
I
will
thought
ever see it.
I thought it went up.
I don't think it did.
I need to check that now. I always forget that I'm doing a podcast, so I don't have to be staring at the same screen. I can go on the internet and look at video game stories and
Oh,
we can
news,
talk about
like,
that. Yeah. I thought it went up. I could have swore it went up.
Because I thought you was like really upset because something happened to the footage, or like I think you have the audio, but I didn't think you had the video, and you loved it because it was the first time you have ever seen me rage. Like,
You got really angry at that game for no reason.
it didn't work. It was broken.
It wasn't broken.
Yes, it was, and I refuse to believe that game was working. Or the controller was something.
Apparently it didn't go up.
Yeah, I didn't think
But
it did. Because you
I
got
could've
really upset
swore-
that nobody saw me rage.
I could have swore it went up though.
I have no idea.
That's annoying now, actually. Whoa, what the hell is this?
Go and find
They've
it.
added a new thing to YouTube.
Oh god, what have they done
They've
now?
added the YouTube apps. So you can go YouTube TV, YouTube Gaming, YouTube Music, YouTube Kids, Creator Academy, and YouTube for Artists.
YouTube, if you want to give us a
for
YouTube Red show, we'll gladly take your money.
I'll do a YouTube Red show. I've got great ideas. Like, I've got so many ideas for a TV show that I'd happily make a YouTube Red show. YouTube, I'll do a YouTube Red show. I'm not a Logan Paul. I won't film a dead body.
Hashtag controversy. Hashtag whatever this podcast is called, TCUP or whatever we call it. Yeah, there you go.
I won't film a dead body and then get my brother to upload a video called I just lost my virginity with a naked girl on the thumbnail. I won't do that. I won't get my brother to do that either. 'Cause I'm my brother.
I won't fake my own murder.
Yeah, I won't make a prank about a guy getting kidnapped.
I won't
And pretend to shoot him.
I won't play a prank by throwing Pokeballs at Japanese people.
I won't say the N word on a PUBG stream.
Can we just throw some fake news now? Like, I want one to catch on. PS5 coming out next week.
Yeah, well, I've seen so many PS5 articles recently.
I know, right?
It's ridiculous.
Like, people are like, "Oh, it's definitely coming out next year. It's going to be announced at E3," and I'm like, "Are you on crack?" If it gets announced,
it'll be announced at E3 2019, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Like, because I'm convinced, like, certain games are coming out on it. Like, Last of Us 2 is going to do a Last of Us 1. It'll come out at the end of the PS4's life cycle, beginning of PS5, maybe. I could be wrong on that. But it just seems like, to me, that the PS5 is at earliest 2020, 2021.
Yeah. I'm starting to fall in love with my PC again. I've been playing a lot of PUBG on my PC.
Yeah.
It's been good. The desert map's really good. Bloody, what are we talking about? There is going to be a new Fire Emblem at the end of the year.
True, but we have no information on it. When was it? Like last February when we got the Fire Emblem Direct. They showed us the mobile game, which is really good, by the way. At least I really enjoy it. They showed off like Shadow Valentia when it came out, and then there was like, hey, Fire Emblem Switch is a thing. That is it. That is all we have had for a year now. Like, and it's coming out this year. I just want to know. I want to know what the main character looks like. I want to know what the setting is. I want to know what the story is. I just want to know something. Anything, please, Nintendo. Please give it me next month during the rumored Direct. You heard it here first.
Pokemon Stars comes out November 2018.
You heard it here first again.
I mean, Nintendo has to have a big title. Like, at least one.
See, I don't know if Pokemon is coming out this year. Like, I really want it to, but I just don't know if it will.
I just think Nintendo has to have one title, at least one. I don't care. They don't have to have a Zelda and a Mario this year. They just need one.
Well, the next Zelda's already started production.
I think it's more pre-production than anything else.
Well, yeah, like because as soon as they finished the second DLC, they said they are gonna go like start work on the next one, and it won't be too long. So if you think about it, like, what is it? Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask was only like 2 years, so I think we could get another Zelda game within the next 2 years.
Yeah, but Skyward Sword to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, but I mean, they were on the same well, they were on the same system. No, they weren't. Like again, different systems. Whereas like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time are on the same system.
Yeah, but it depends if they actually want to. If they've got an idea to make something that quick.
They've had like 5 years to come up with a sequel to it, so or like another game.
Yeah, I don't want another Breath of the Wild. I want another change in direction.
It's a big ask if you ask me.
I would like a Wind Waker type game.
7.8 out of 10. Too much water. Can we? Speaking of Wind Waker, can we get that on Switch, like, and Twilight Princess? Can we get those? Can we get the HD ports? I have Twilight Princess HD on my Wii U, but I want it on Switch.
It won't happen. I don't think it will.
Yeah, but no one expected Twilight Princess to be on the GameCube, the Wii, the Wii U. So,
yeah, it's very true. It's difficult. I don't think they'll. I think what's coming next in terms of ports, and I feel like I can confidently make these guesses. We will see a Mario Maker Deluxe, which features the 3DS content and Wii U content in the same game.
Mario Maker Deluxe is a good shout out, like, because I think Deluxe is a great idea for like naming ports that way. Like we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe,
or at least a Mario Maker 2 or Deluxe. I can just see. I can confidently say that with all my might that will happen.
Mario Maker was great
because Mario Maker, although I didn't play much of it, I think changed the way we look at 2D Marios.
Yeah.
I don't want another new Super Mario Bros. Switch, as it probably will be called, because those games are exactly the same. What has it been, like 11 years now of new Super Mario Bros?
Probably. If not more.
The first one started on DS, right? So that DS launched 2006. I think we got a new Super Mario Bros. By 2007. So this year will be its 11th new Super Mario Bros. Yeah.
I'd say don't forget that they've done the whole Mario 3D Land world. Pretty nice.
Yeah. I'd like maybe if they did another one like that, maybe a Super Mario 3D
3D
Planet,
like
or World 2.
I wish I had played World on Wii U. That's what
I don't even own it.
That's what I don't either. That's like my regret purchase.
I own like 5 Wii U games.
I'm looking at them right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Counting with the catch-up cast.
We're counting with Fox. New shows on CBS.
20 seconds long.
I had a real trouble with the Wii U. I think it's the best Nintendo system.
Yeah, I agree.
It's difficult because
I think it was just poor marketing.
The games were so good. It was the best Nintendo era for games in a very long time.
Yeah,
it was way better than the Wii. Yeah. Arguably, maybe slightly better than the GameCube.
GameCube had some good stuff, but like
GameCube was another Wii U. I don't get why people don't make that comparison. GameCube sold 24 million units.
It's sad to see something with such great potential. Like, God, I remember when like Bayonetta 2 came out, and then literally all online was just Bayonetta 2 is like one of the best games of all time. It's better than Devil May Cry. Like Bayonetta has like redefined its genre. Like Bayonetta 1 I really enjoyed, but Bayonetta 2 is literally a masterpiece. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah. It's over the top. It's just great. The first level has you just like flying around New York, like destroying a beast in the size of a city. It's weird.
Yeah. I've never played them because they're not my sort of thing.
And that's sad. I'm probably gonna get 1 and 2 on Switch. Like,
yeah, I think that's a good idea for them to do.
Yeah, especially if Bayo 3 comes out this year, as some people are predicting.
Which I think it will.
Because it's great. Like, bring out 1 and 2 in February, like, so people can catch up on it, and then bring 3 out, like, over summer or, like, September.
An interesting thing is whether we get a port of Nier Automata on the Switch.
Never thought about that, of all
it's
things.
Not something that people will talk about, because it's not necessarily talked about by many because nobody played Nier Automata.
I feel like they
However,
did. I feel like a lot of people played it.
yeah, I think they did. I feel like it did
Automato.
well. Yeah,
Near,
I feel like it did well.
Near
To
Andromeda.
be honest, I'll die happy and not want any more Switch games if I get Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition on it.
Oh,
or
don't.
New Vegas.
I probably will buy Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition on my Xbox because
I looked at it, but I think it's quite expensive for to buy the 360 version.
like because obviously I know you can buy them sometimes through Xbox Live Arcade, but I don't know if that is because
You can get Fallout 3 on Xbox Live,
but not the Game of the Year edition.
No, you have to buy the DLC separately.
Right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the physical version of Fallout 3, the Game of the Year edition, come with the DLC on disc?
Yes, it did.
Right, I thought so. Do you know what? I might either search this right now or just shortly after this podcast, I may go and look it up and see if I can get a good deal on it.
Bearing in mind, I don't know if it did on the 360. I only have the PS3 version.
I remember the PS3 version, dude, because I borrowed that from you so many times.
Yeah.
So many times. I was like, I need another playthrough of Fallout 3.
I don't play games. I feel like all I'm going to say on these podcasts is that I don't play video games very much, and I don't really like video games. I like the systems. However,
that should be the name of the podcast. I don't play video games.
Yeah, well, I as much as I love Fallout 3, I still probably don't even have anywhere near 100 hours in it.
See, I feel like I probably do have over 100 hours on, like, across my playthroughs.
And again, I'll say the same for Fallout New Vegas, which is the best Fallout game.
Yeah,
with
it's
no
weird.
shadow of a doubt. That again, I don't have over 100 hours in. I have 46 hours on Steam. I have like 8 hours on the PS3. That's all I have on it. But yeah, I regard it as one of my favorite games of all time.
I remember playing New Vegas. I think I played it once or twice for different endings. And I do remember enjoying it, but for some reason, I just didn't enjoy it more than 3, even though I know it's better.
I'll argue for you, in that I think it's subjective which one you prefer.
Yeah.
I much prefer New Vegas because I think it's better. The writing is better.
Yeah, fair enough.
I prefer the location. Fallout 3 felt like a labyrinth at times when you got into DC, and I didn't like DC.
God, true. I do remember that being a pain, especially if you had a quest and the quest marker wouldn't work properly.
I think the quests.
Jeez.
I think the main story isn't. It's difficult. I think the main story is probably paced better in New Vegas. I think the side quests are 10 times better in New Vegas. I think because the side characters are to be honest, some of the characters you meet for 5 minutes are built better than some of the characters you know for hours in 3.
Maybe it's just because I didn't explore as much in New Vegas.
However, again, I think it's completely subjective which one you prefer.
Yeah, I see all your points. I don't know if it's just because I played 3 a lot more, where it was my first Fallout game, and I just like almost have like a weird nostalgia for it, and it just makes me enjoy it more. I really did enjoy all the DLC though in 3. That could be a part of it.
See, I didn't think the DLC in New Vegas was very good until I started playing it. It's a lot better than I thought it was, because I didn't realize that Fallout New Vegas had big expansions.
Oh,
I thought it was just a load of small stuff, but it does. It has DLC like Lookout Point or whatever it was called. Point Lookout in 3.
Yeah, Operation Anchorage. Operation Anchorage. I refuse to believe anything is better. I don't know why. I just love it.
That's the one that turns the game into like a shooter, isn't it?
Yeah, like you're in Anchorage, obviously, and
yeah, you go into the simulation and you play out the attack on Operation on Alaska or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's great.
It is good. I can see. I'm literally looking at Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition now.
I am as well. Like you can get it for like 25 quid off game, but CX is selling it for a tenner. But I don't know if
how much is it on eBay.
I don't know.
And either way,
like
I'm looking at
£8.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on my shelf because it's one of the latest games I played on my PS3. But
I still need to find a copy of the Dishonored 1 Special Edition. I'm still looking for one.
Why?
Because it's the only piece of like Dishonored merch I don't own.
Oh, okay.
I own a fair amount now. Like I found one on
I didn't
eBay for
realise
like
that.
20 quid, and I'm mad at myself for not getting it. Why? What didn't you realize?
Game of the Year edition for Fallout 3 is a 2-disc system. Is a 2-disc on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, I just seen on. Oh, well, the eBay one I'm looking at is just the discs. You don't get the box.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I think we're looking at the same thing. Is it titled Fallout Game of the Year edition for Xbox 360? Asterisk discs only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One watching.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But yeah, I think I'd like New Vegas on the Switch. I think I'd play it.
I think a few people have been asking for that as I've been looking around.
Well, I mean, I don't know if Doom was successful on the Switch.
I don't know in terms of sales. In terms of if people liked it, people love it. Like
I knew it went down well, but they were concerned about sales with Doom, weren't they?
yeah, but like everything like is arguably like you can't expect a miracle on Switch sales at the minute because it's only been out for a year nearly.
Yeah, but there's 10 million Switches out there.
You got to think about the Japanese as well.
Yeah, but I think they would like
Let's
Doom
have
and
a look.
Skyrim.
Doom sales figures.
I know. I think it was doing okay. I know they were trying to push it to get to 1 million units. Which I think it probably.
Doom for Switch estimated 81,000 in the first week at retail.
That's not too bad. I want to briefly talk about sort of what the Switch has done so far.
Okay.
Because although I don't like Breath of the Wild, I think what they're doing with the Switch is really cool because every main IP that's come to the Switch so far has been a complete change to what we believe that franchise is.
Yeah, like redefining the franchise.
Mario Odyssey arguably is the best 3D Mario.
Yeah, it's like I know it's a lot of people's favorites, or it's definitely up there.
I know a lot of people constantly go on about Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2.
They are definitely up there, though. I think it's in the same tier as. If you've not seen it, watch Donkey's video on it because like he explains it really well. He has like them all in a tier. It's great.
Yeah, but I honestly think the Switch has done something that I don't think any of us predicted, in that it's changed the way we sort of look at Nintendo.
Yeah, like to think that for the past 5 or 6 years, people have had a stigma against Nintendo for the Wii U.
I don't understand why people had a stigma.
I have no idea either. Just because it didn't sell well. Can you remember when was it? Like 2011 or something, and everyone was like, "Oh, Nintendo's going to go bankrupt." But then they also were saying that they had enough money to last 40 years in debt. Yeah, and I'm like, before they had to liquidate any assets. I don't know how people ever thought that Nintendo was going bust.
They could. The statistic was something like they could make a loss every year for the next 20 years, and completely be fine and survive off the money they made off the Wii. I mean, the Wii was a great piece of business because it launched at £180.
Yeah.
And that's a ridiculous price nowadays. You don't look at any system that does that. Bearing in mind, it was just a motion-controlled version of the GameCube.
Yeah.
But launching at 180 is ridiculous.
I'm trying to think, like, and the Switch is doing really well. I think over Christmas, it sold like... I know it sold better than the PS4 and the Xbox One. I think it even sold more of them combined, or roughly the same.
I thought that Christmas was going to be a very good period for the Nintendo.
Because I want to say it was 1.5 million units sold over the holidays. I want to say that.
That's pretty good.
Like in comparison, and I don't think I think the Xbox One was like 0.8 million, and then the PS4 was like 0.5 million.
Yeah.
It's because everyone already owns a PS4.
That is very true. I think we should talk about something that I think we briefly mentioned with B-list stuff. what do you class as B-list Nintendo titles?
Anything that's not Mario or Zelda. like,
Fair enough.
I would probably consider the. So I'm not even sure if the Yoshi games count as B-list. I don't even think they might not be that, but I think they're getting there because apparently Yoshi's Woolly World was really good. Like anything that's kind of getting bigger, but will never like. If you say to someone, name a video game or name a video game character, as you say, they're probably going to say like Mario, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong. Like Donkey Kong, I'd consider that like a B-lister.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, his games have sort of fell off a bit, haven't they? Not fell off as in they've been bad, but as in fell off as in we don't get many.
yeah, like I just know that apparently Tropical Freeze is really good.
Yeah, and that's come to
Wii
Switch
U
now.
Funky mode. Oh, can we add a funky mode to this podcast?
How though?
I don't know. Just right.
Make it-
So if possible, if it's just a black screen during the moment when I say, "Can we add a new funky?" Can you put on the screen if this gets uploaded to YouTube? Like put that meme on the screen.
Oh, the I
in the corner of the box.
Yeah,
this is
I
like
didn't even
new funky mode.
I didn't even realize that was a meme until I saw Bethesda tweet it, because they put it on Doom, didn't they? That Doom now features a funky mode.
Yeah, I love it so much. It's great.
Yeah, if I remember to do it, I'll do it.
Great.
I'm looking forward to, because for me, B-list, I'm gonna throw a name at you and I'm gonna see what your reaction is to it. What do you think of Punch Out?
Huh. Yeah.
Because we haven't had a Punch Out since the Wii.
True. Yeah,
and
Switch.
That was a glorified remake.
Yeah, Switch could be there because of the motion controls. Like Punch Out, we had motion controls or traditional controls. Be good in portable mode, like just because it's a very simple game. Like
yeah, and I mean, the whole challenge is trying to do it over and over again until you win.
Yeah,
so you
like learning the patterns and the tells, as audio cues. Like
yeah,
I think it could work really well on the Switch.
I've been arguing with myself whether or not they'd actually do it, because I was thinking about PlayStation the other day, and I've been seeing a lot of Ape Escape.
Yeah, I don't know what that is exactly. Like I keep hearing it. I've seen pictures like of the thumbnail of the game, but I never was exposed to that when I was younger.
So Ape Escape was a title launched on the PlayStation, the PS1.
Yeah.
And it was built around the use of analog sticks.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it used a lot of it. You just used the analog stick and DualShock technology a lot. And then Ape Escape 2 and 3 were on the PS2. And the last time we saw Ape Escape was the PS3. There was a PlayStation Move game.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And a lot of people have been sort of questioning whether we'll get an Ape Escape 4. And I think that's another title like Punch Out for Nintendo, where
it's kind of not known what's happening with it, or
yeah. And I think one of the interesting things that I saw about it was, people were comparing it to how PlayStation 4 has now brought back Crash Bandicoot. We've seen a comeback for Parappa the Rapper. Is it a possibility that we'll get another Ape Escape?
Oh god! Speaking of Parappa the Rapper, just for a second, my dad is obsessed with Parappa the Rapper now, because I showed him the goddamn second or third level where you're driving with the moose. Yeah. And he's obsessed with that song. He'll just start randomly going, applied the brakes and turn to the left, and then he'll just be start singing Parappa the Rapper, and he wants it now, and he wants it on vinyl because it had a limited edition run back on the PlayStation.
Oh god!
And I was like, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, my dad would be obsessed with a Parappa the Rapper
there is a
Parappa the Rapper 2, but
yeah, there is, and there's a whatever her name is game.
The Sunflower.
There's a spin-off one.
That's weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's about a girl. She plays the guitar.
Guitaru Man.
I can't remember what it's called now. Anyway, and there's another PlayStation title that we're going to see come back soon, that I'm really surprised is coming back. Medieval.
Yes, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that's coming back on PS4.
I
don't know.
Does it have a date or not? Or does it just say in the original the reveal? Did it just say medieval, or did it say like 2018? Or
I don't think it has a date. I don't think it's.
I think it was just the name. But I remember people talking about that for a good year or two, like wanting that to come back.
Yeah.
After that, well, especially after the Insane trilogy, because a lot of people obviously want Spyro, but then someone was like, "What about our boy Sir Gilbert or whatever his name is?"
There's a really weird noise in my room, and I don't know if it's my headphones, but whenever I speak, I can sort of hear like, oh, it's very weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like every time I speak, my voice waves are hitting like a cowbell.
That is very weird.
I can hear like a metal noise sort of rebounding back at me. So now I'm sort of
Probably
freaking
possessed.
out. Yeah, well, I thought that as well because I don't like going up in the loft.
Oh, it's Iwata.
What?
It's Iwata.
Oh, it probably is him actually. He's probably telling me about a new launch type.
You gotta like translate it from Morse code to hexadecimal.
What? I'm trying to think of a Nintendo title I can just chuck out and regurgitate out of my mouth. What is that? Well, so there is a new F-Zero coming to the Switch. That's insane. We haven't seen an F-Zero since the GameCube.
F-Zero and Knuckles with the added funky mode.
Yeah, with funky mode, Knuckles, and
we're featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
And a crossover. The soundtrack's being made by the Beatles, including the deceased John Lennon and George Harrison,
featuring Michael Jackson
and Mike Tyson, the boxer,
missing his ear.
That launches in 3 days. Oh my god, that's a franchise that I would welcome back.
Heard it here first.
As well as Star Fox. I want a new Star Fox game and not Star Fox Zero.
Why do people hate Star Fox Zero? There's no need to hate.
Have you played it?
No, but I think it gets a lot of unfair hate, to be fair, just because people don't like the control.
It looks ugly too.
I can't comment on that personally. I've not seen it in person.
Yeah, well, the controls are dodgy they're janky as hell. Plus, it's really short. It lasts for about an hour and a half.
But the original did, like.
Yeah, but you can probably play through the original loads and loads.
Yeah, you can on Zero. There is lots of different like ways to like go in the different systems, and there's some really good secrets in that game. Like, I don't want to spoil anything. But
as well. Nobody cares about Zero.
Like, there is a mode where you get to play as Peppy. Like, if you do like a specific number of like planets in a specific order and do a secret objective, you get to play a whole mission as Peppy. And every time you barrel roll, he just goes barrel roll, barrel roll. It's
I haven't played Star Fox 2 yet.
Oh yeah, that's weird. Like, because I remember that people were like, "Huh, is that technically?" Because obviously we never got that. So does technically that count as a new release?
Discord just cut you out.
Brilliant.
What were you saying? But you have to just go back, rewind, and.
No, I was just saying. Doesn't that count as like a new release for like the SNES? Because we never got it.
I suppose so.
Like, and is that like technically does the SNES have like the longest running lifespan of a console if a game released like last year?
Wow, what year did it release? 1990?
Like, whoa, man.
So it's 27 years old.
That's crazy.
Technically, I think it would be. But the Atari 2600 still gets games, though.
Yeah.
And I believe...
We don't count that. We don't count anything that's not Nintendo on this channel.
The NES still gets support, I think. And that released 1985. So...
Or at least, like... Either way, it's
That's
it's a
32
Nintendo
years
game.
old. Jesus Christ.
Bloody hell! It's
The
the old,
NES
yeah.
Mini. It's not the NES Mini. That's not 32 years old.
Just the original.
Feels like it. I want one, but I'm not paying the prices.
I know, like it's annoying. We can get like I'm glad that they have got more stock of like the SNES Mini. Like, but why can't they go and do that for the NES Mini? I know they've.
It's not got a power cable.
Yeah, I
And
looked at that on the block.
I don't know what plug I can use.
It's yeah, I saw that. I went because I was gonna buy one from the Nintendo.
And I didn't realize it didn't have a power cable
from Nintendo UK, and it was like without power cable and with power cable. They had two different bundles, and I was like, what?
So I need to buy a power cable.
Yeah, like it's an extra tenner, like if you want it packaged in.
But what power cable is it? Is it any Nintendo power cable that I've already got, or?
I'll have a quick look.
Because I thought it might be the 3DS one.
No, it's not the 3DS one.
Okay, and it's definitely not the Switch one because it's not a
Nintendo USB power adapter.
That's ridiculous.
It is to say you're already paying like
80 for it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It doesn't say. It just says this bundle includes the Nintendo USB AC adapter. That doesn't help Nintendo. Like it doesn't even. It actually only comes with the plug. It still doesn't.
Pardon?
I think like if you get the bundle, it just gives you the power socket. I don't think it gives you a cable to like go into the, because it's obviously like a wall socket with a USB in it. But I don't think it gives you the USB thing, which is ridiculous.
There's the.
So what is it?
Oh, I've got no idea.
At least it includes a HDMI cable.
It's 9-volt, I think. It's 9-volt apparently.
The official USB power adapter allows you to power or charge your Pro Controller, Joy-Cons, Super Nintendo Classic Mini. So I assume it's USB-C?
It's not, I don't think.
But it doesn't say. It just gives you the USB power adapter.
Oh, okay. Is that on the Nintendo site?
Yeah, the Nintendo UK store.
Okay. That's weird. I don't like that.
Something I can tell you about that isn't Nintendo related. We could move on to not a new segment, but like I was thinking of doing like games we have played this week, or however often you're like PUBG.
I have not played anything. I've played PUBG. That is the only thing I have witnessed in the last week.
Well, I have some good news for you, good sir, that you've been waiting for about 5 years.
What?
Just before we started this podcast, I finished The Wolf Among Us.
Really?
Yes, I started it last night and I finished it this morning.
It is the best Telltale series so far.
It is the best Telltale series so far. I started off and I was like, I still think Walking Dead might be better than this season 1, but no.
Then you got to the end and you were like, oh damn, this has a good story all the way through your 5.
Yes.
And there isn't a crappy filler episode.
No, there isn't. And I was very, very surprised. I got to the end of episode 1 last night and I was like, oh my god. I had to keep playing.
Did you play it all through the night?
No, I played the first 3 last night, and then because I was playing it with my mum, and then my mum went to bed, and then I finished it first thing this morning.
It's good. It's really good.
And then I got to episode 2, and I didn't like episode 2 as much as episode 1, maybe because it was shorter. But
I don't think the ending's very good.
I guess it depends on your interpretation of the ending. We'll get there. Like episode 2. I enjoyed. I didn't think I liked it as much as the first one. I don't know why exactly. I just remember thinking, okay, that just kind of happened. But then it really got me back with how 2 ended when you see the photo. I don't know if that's the end of 3.
It's been like 3 years since I played it.
I know. The reason I mainly played it is because of season 2 finally being confirmed, and because I had nothing to play last night. It looks really good on a 4K TV, by the way.
Yeah.
Like being like upscaled and everything. Like
Yeah.
all the colors just look, because it's a very like especially
very
the
bleak.
intro.
It's a very bleak game.
Yeah, like so I really enjoyed episode 3, and then this morning.
I've got volume 1 of Fables that I haven't read yet.
Yeah, because I showed my mum about that it was a like
It's a comic book.
comic book, because it says at the end when you finish it. And then I really enjoyed 4, and then like you meeting my favorite character, or one of them, is definitely Bloody Mary. Are you okay? Are you dying?
Welcome back to the catch up with me, Bailey, and Fox.
Yeah, we're not dead.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. I think I died a bit.
Just a little bit inside.
The second time in this podcast, this time it was physically instead of mentally. In the first 20 minutes, when I went on a tangent about how I want to die.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh god, we're gonna have to go back to technical.
No, we're okay. I'm good to go.
Okay, so
what you were talking about, The Wolf Among Us. I have no recollection of what happened in that game. I just remember it being good. I played it 3 years ago, and continue.
You forgot that you told me to play it. I promised I would. I did promise I would play it before season 2 came out, so I have fulfilled that promise officially. Also, I've really struggled with Telltale games lately. Ever since I played season 1 of Walking Dead, I felt like I couldn't play another one for some reason. Like, I don't know if it's just because the new gen came out and you had to like replay it to bring your save over. So
you didn't.
You did. You couldn't move your save from the PS3 to the PS4 for season 2. So I wanted to replay season 1, but I just never got to it because I already knew what happened. But I finally gave it a chance. I loved it. Played The Wolf Among Us all the way through. Now you said you thought the ending was weak in comparison to the rest of the game.
I think I did. I don't really remember.
It ends with you. Oh yeah, I was actually saying my favorite character. One of my favorite characters is Bloody Mary. I think it's a great interpretation of the character. She is creepy as hell, even in human form. And then it's in the final episode where she like shows her true form, and she has like glass all sticking out of her. There's like a wraith.
She the villain.
She works for the Crooked Man. Like she's like the strongest villain.
Is the ending when it like? Is it in a warehouse? The end, or
that's just before the end. So you're in the warehouse fighting Bloody Mary. And
is the ending when you go to see the bloke?
No, that's like
in his office.
That's in the previous episode, and all the villains are there, and he's like, "Sit down, Mr. Bigby," and then you can like choose to sit down or not and talk to him, and then it starts, and you get in a fight with everyone, and then some other stuff happens, and then you have to go to Georgie Porgy in the strip club. Some stuff happens there, and then like you eventually get to the warehouse to try and track down the Crooked Man, and you fight. You have like your last encounter with Bloody Mary, and it's a great encounter because you go into your like wolf form, and you're like, oh, this is cool, and then she's like about to kill you, but then you turn into your true wolf form, and you're a giant wolf. And I was like, that's cool, because I thought in episode 3 that it was quite disappointing to have the reveal of Bigby's wolf form already. Yeah. I was like, okay, I get it, like, but then they showed off like his true form in the final episode. I was like, now that's a good way of doing a fake out reveal then. And he kills Bloody Mary. You go upstairs to the Crooked Man, and you can either like kill him or take him or arrest him. I don't think you can actually kill him at that moment, but then you take him back, you put him on trial. And then half of the fables are saying, "Oh, kill him, throw him down the window." The other half are saying, "No, arrest him." I chose to arrest him. And then what's her name? The Little Mermaid, like she's got a weird name in it, like Narcissa or something. And she comes in and she says, "I heard him talking about killing Faith and Lily, and you arrest him if you choose that option." And then you. I don't know if it depends on your decisions at the end of the game, but like Toad and his son have to go to the farm because they can't afford the glamour.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You promised me," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, Snow White, asshole." And it's so weird seeing people in different forms. Like you get to see the Little Mermaid be a prostitute in this game. It's great.
I don't think the frogs went to the farm on mine.
Because I think you can give them the money, but I already gave my at the very beginning of the game, and I didn't pick up any additional money because I didn't want to be a thief, basically. But then I was like, I regret this so much.
What happens to your pig friend?
Colin, I let him stay.
Okay.
And then, like, Mr. Toad was like, what's happened to Colin then? And you're like, I don't know where he is. And he just calls you on your BS. And then I think that's pretty funny. But then you go and find the Little Mermaid again. And you're talking to her. And she's like, oh, you're like, thanks for everything. And then she tells you the truth that she was the one who put Faith's head at your doorstep.
Yeah.
To get your attention to try and solve the murder, because the body would have just gone missing and nobody would have ever cared about her. And then she says, you're not as bad as everybody says. And she walks off, and then she gets to the end of the street, and you're like, you start to have these like flashbacks, and you're listening to Faith, and Faith says that exact same thing to you. And then he like looks to the Little Mermaid walking down the street, and then you have the option of run after her or let her go, and then and then you choose a choice, and then it ends.
Okay.
So from my interpretation, that's either showing that, well, she is Faith, and that she is actually like wearing a glamour to look like, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't know how that's going to play into season 2 or anything like that, but I am definitely looking forward to it. If it has the same like quality as the original, then I'm down for it.
Well, that's the trouble, isn't it, with Telltale?
Yeah,
you have no idea how good it's going to be.
And I don't know if that's why they've took so long, because it has such a high reputation.
It's difficult because The Walking Dead was their thing, and they let that slide. Now, I'm very biased because I still really, really like The Walking Dead. I like season 2, even though not a lot of people do.
I still need to play that. That's my next promise I need to fulfill.
I still really enjoyed season 3, even though a lot of people really don't like season 3. And I'm excited to see what they do with season 4.
Yeah.
But even I know, as sort of a fan of the series so far, that the quality has dipped dramatically.
Yeah, well, I'll hopefully be able to put my hat in the ring in the next few weeks if I manage to get round to it. This podcast may give me the reason to go and play those games now, to be able to discuss them.
It's just super difficult to just judge whether or not a Telltale game is going to be good, because I believe one of the better ones I haven't played yet was Tales from the Borderlands.
Yes, I still need to play that as well.
Because
I'd say season 1 of Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, and Tales of the Borderlands are considered the best 3.
Yeah. I haven't played Guardians of the Galaxy yet, and judging by the fact that nobody is talking about it, I'm guessing it's just another throwaway Telltale game.
I enjoyed I played the first episode, and I did really enjoy it. So, and from what I heard, like from the few people I saw talk about it, they did enjoy it. But again, it's another game I'll have to go and finish to be able to give my full opinion on.
I think Game of Thrones is another throwaway one.
Yeah, I got halfway through that, and then I was like, then I got really busy with uni and stuff. So.
And have they got anything else? They've got the Batman that they just keep throwing out.
Yeah.
They're on the second season of that already. And Minecraft as well.
Yeah, they have a lot in the work.
That's the trouble. They spread themselves completely thin. They've made too many agreements with too many people, personally.
Yeah.
And apparently they're working on an original IP that they teased probably about 4 years ago now. It's weird. I don't understand whether or not they're going to do that anymore or not. I'm not sure. It'd be interesting to see if they do.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do, like where they go. Do they add any new mechanics to different things? Because I can't remember which one it was. There was one of the games where They like changed quite a lot of or added a good few mechanics.
It's not been the ones that I've played.
Well, I do see my dad was mentioning it because he's been playing Walking Dead Season 2. He said he has seen that there was a very big difference in gameplay from the first Walking Dead to the second. And I don't know if that's just because they changed like the combat to add like L2 and R2 to like punch stuff like in Wolf Among Us as well.
Yeah, Walking Dead Season 1 was an early one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like their first like big thing that they got known for. Before they did Back to the Future and Jurassic Park, but then that was kind of really...
Jurassic Park sucked, didn't it?
It wasn't the best. If you're a Jurassic Park fan, you can probably find something to like because it's got dinosaurs in it.
Yeah, I think I've got... I finally got the Back to the Future one.
I've owned that twice now, I think. Wait, no.
I've always wanted it on PS4 because I want...
Yeah, I own it twice.
I like having the trophies, and I've got it on Xbox.
Yeah, I just downloaded it on Xbox, and then I have it on PS3.
That makes me sound like I play it for the trophies. What I'm saying there is that I don't care for achievements, and I want to keep my progress on PlayStation.
Yes, I see the same because when I go over to play,
I don't have any desire to get achievements because I want a lot of my library to be on the same system. Whereas for my Xbox, I mainly want that for PUBG.
That's it.
FIFA and Call of Duty.
Yeah.
That's mainly interest in the Xbox. Whereas on the PS4, it's where I play my story games and I want my progress to stay on there, which is why I get all my Telltale games or all my adventure games on there.
Yeah.
It's why I get all my my Double Fine games as well on the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I agree with that because I wanted to pick up Catherine again because I have it on PS3, but my PS3 is like so old now and it's really loud. Well, it's always been loud. You even heard it like ages ago whenever you last heard it. It was like a chainsaw, and you were like, "Oh God, where's the nearby airport?" And I've just not been able to play it again, really. So I picked it up on backwards compatibility. I managed to get like the disc really cheap, like a tenner. But I'm like, oh, I don't want to earn the achievements on this and get 100% because then people can't see that. Like, I want to have all that on my trophies because I am a bit of a like trophy whore, as you know. Like,
yeah, for me, I'm not. It's just I like my story progress to be on PS4 because that's where I like to play them.
Or it's just because I have a lot of like trophies and stuff, and like, hey, this is like the games I have played, and you can see everything I've beat, or like, hey, I'm really proud of doing absolutely everything on this game because I know, like, say, Catherine is like a damn hard game to do everything in, and I wanted to do that on PlayStation, but like if I do it on Xbox, I'm like, I still technically did it. I want to replay it mainly because they just announced a few weeks ago the Catherine remastered.
Well, you might as well wait for that on PS4 then.
Yeah, but I still want to like do everything on the original, like,
okay,
because like of how Atlas do things, like Persona 4 when that got remastered, like they added a whole stuff to it. Like there's a whole new romance option in the Catherine remake. So, like, I think, and that's not coming out until winter 2018 in Japan. So that's going to be a while away for us, like probably April. Because that's what happened to like Persona 5.
Yeah.
You still need to like play some games like me.
I've got my backlog is ridiculous and I don't think I can catch it up.
I'm slowly getting through mine. Like I beat Yakuza 0 and that's about it.
I have a sealed copy of Mario versus Rabbids or whatever it was called.
Yeah. You should play that. That is actually really fun.
I do want to play it, but it's like,
you know,
why would I put that in when I can play Skyrim for an hour or something? Or
because Rabbids is like just chill, but it's not. It gets pretty hard after like the first world.
Yeah, no, but that's my point. Like I can chill and go on a different adventure every time I boot up Skyrim.
Because it was interesting. The thing is, the game director for XCOM said that Mario and Rabbids is making him reconsider the XCOM formula.
Really?
Yeah, because of like how well received it was. It like makes him want to like rethink like how XCOM works.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, that's cool. That like uh that's happening. Ubisoft really seem to be like digging themselves out of the dirt recently. I
I'm
think
not sure I agree with that.
not
I
like
think
necessarily
they've got.
digging themselves out of it, but they definitely going in the right direction. I feel in comparison to like EA.
Yeah, EA seems to be just dive bombing every time they try something.
Like whereas like Ubisoft seem to do kind of care. Like they have the Marion Rabbit really well. Assassin's Creed has worked out really well from them having a break. Like, and I hope that they do continue to have this really good stride because I do really like Ubisoft.
I think the Division could have been better.
It could have, but apparently it's in a great like. It's sad that it came way too late, but apparently it's like a really, really good game now. Like with
It's
all of its
just
expansions and stuff. Yeah, it probably came out way too early. Like,
apparently I want to play the latest expansion it had. The single player experience, the one where you like, it's a permadeath thing.
okay.
And you had to like make a cure and stuff. It had crafting and all this.
I was about to say, I've heard just like every time that something comes out about that game, I always seem to see like new positive stuff about it, and
It
it's
seems
always
really
sad to see stuff
interesting.
like that.
To be honest, I only really have a urge to play PUBG at
that's
all
that's
times
all you
now.
want now. Like,
I really want to play PUBG now. To be honest, that's all I want to do. Because for me, it's interesting. It's really interesting at the moment because
yeah.
PUBG is doing something that I really enjoy.
Have you tried
Um,
Fortnite yet?
I haven't. I'm willing to try it.
Like, because
Um,
the thing that I see that differentiates obviously for that obviously building mechanic, and I'd be
yeah.
really interested to explore that because I
See,
know a lot of people are
I've got no one to play it with though,
interested.
because no one wants to play it.
Again, it's on PS4 and Xbox, so I can play it on either.
Yeah. Well, I've got it downloaded on the PS4.
Oh, okay. Like the free battle royale mode.
Yeah.
I might have to download it then. Oh, but like I'm so annoyed because I've gone from a 2 terabyte console to a 1 terabyte, so I keep having to delete stuff to play to download the
Yeah.
stuff. It's really annoying.
I. The thing is though, for me, it's like, it's difficult because the reason I like PUBG, and it's the same reason I like Rust quite a lot. I like games that are sort of making the enemy the human race.
Yeah.
I made a short essay on Rust, probably like 2 years ago,
Nice.
because Rust is something that interests me in a way that no other gaming experience has ever done before. I like the idea that you can have a world where it's stripping back the human race from what we have and seeing what we do with it.
Yeah.
And Rust has a really interesting thing where you can build communities, you can meet people, you can generally forge enemies with people.
Yeah, I've seen it
That
on your servers and stuff that you showed me, and it would be something like I'm not fully into that, like, or again, it might just be my anti-socialism at
and
play
to me
there.
that interests me because there's something on the PC version of PUBG that isn't in the Xbox version, and to me is so important, which is the voice chat.
Yeah.
You can talk to people you're about to kill.
See, again, I'm too
Sounds
like awkward for that, but like,
which sounds really corny, but you can just be about to like you down somebody, and they can just be talking to you through the voice chat that, you know, don't kill me, and that obviously gonna kill them. I'm just gonna finish them off.
yeah,
Because I know for a fact that their friend is going to come around the corner and try and kill me. But the idea that there is something like that they can go, oh, please don't kill me, is interesting to me.
so you have a power trip.
Yeah, essentially. But it allows you to have that experience of becoming a See, I was having this conversation with my friend Dan, who I play a lot of Rust with, in that I've always wanted a game or an MMO experience in a Mafia world where you could generally rise up and become like a Godfather figure.
Yeah.
And you could create a mythos about yourself online in a game where people would start to believe it, where they're like, oh, I need to follow this guy. I need to listen to what he says and what he has to do because he knows about this world. He's played it for so long and he knows how to do things. And you can generally form alliances with people, and you can send people to do the dirty work for you, and you don't have to do anything. And I've always wanted that, and Rust allows you to do that in a different way. It obviously doesn't have the theming around Mafia or something like that, but one of the important things that I noticed with Rust is when we were playing it, we managed to make enemies with a group. The group was called the Saviors. I think it was loosely based off the Walking Dead group.
Brilliant.
That is, I think, is the Negan storyline.
Oh yes, the All Out War. I thought that sounded familiar.
I think they're called I think Negan's group is called the Saviors.
Yeah, I think they are. I've not watched it in a few seasons. But...
I haven't watched it in a very long time, and I started reading it recently. Actually, it's an expensive hobby.
It is, sadly, like anything.
I've only
like
got volume 1, but that cost me like 11 quid, and
I'd say my sister has like the first 6, I think.
There's 27 volumes out. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I know. It's like me trying to collect the Star Wars stuff.
I might just get the compendiums at this point.
True.
And just get, because that'll take me to like volume something or other.
Probably like 20-ish, 25.
But they're like 25 quid each. I mean, they're 50 quid each, sorry.
Get them from the library. Never return them.
Yeah. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So when we were playing it on Rust, there was a group called the Saviors. And they were quite bad. They would... we only played on a small server at the time, and I didn't really like that, and I think we both realised that in the end, that actually we probably should be playing on a bigger, more populated server, and the chance of this sort of thing happening is increased. There's more groups, there's more people, there's more chance of us leading an uprising, which we did start to do. But for me, it was so interesting because you had a group called the Saviors. They weren't very nice. They had a lot of people that were clearly just trying to annoy people. They would raid early starters. They would raid people that don't really know what they're doing. And me and Dan knew more than me. Dan knows a lot more about Rust than me. I don't really try and find a lot out about it.
Fake news confirmed. Dan is the first guest.
Yeah, probably will be. I'll probably get him on to talk about something. But like, one of the things I found out was like, these guys just would, and then they started demanding taxes from people.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, can you like get 500 sulfur or 1,000 sulfur a day, and we'll protect you, and we won't raid you, and if anyone tries to raid you, you can call upon us, and we'll be there, and we'll help you." And the backstory of this was, before all this happened, I came on the server. Dan was already playing. I think he'd been on for like half an hour, and he'd set up a deal with a couple of members from the Saviors. Bearing in mind, we didn't know what the Saviors did. Or
what they were.
Yeah, and they made him a deal. I jumped on, and he was just about to go and do the trade. To which point I followed him on the trade, and I stayed quite far back. He turned up, and 3 guys met him, all fully kitted with AKs, and took him out straight away and took the stuff he was willing to trade for something else fairly. And from that point, we'd made enemies. We didn't want to be anything apart. We didn't want them. We didn't want anything to do with them. We lived quite far away. We were based in the south of the map.
And then didn't you eventually move to like the deep south?
Well, we became the Southerners, and once they raided us, I set up a meeting with the leader of the Saviors. And I was talking over voice chat with him, and it was a guy. I don't even know where he was from, but he was 26 years old. He was English, and he was leading his group, just essentially ruining people's games at the start. And they had no care for whether or not this server was gonna lose players.
Yeah, that's what I never got about that kind of stuff, because why would you want to ruin someone's experience and turn them away from the game straight away?
I mean, for me and Dan, it didn't ruin it because he adonned it more than I did, but we adonned a sort of a role play where we would become these people that were rebelling against the idea that they were trying to push forward. And yeah, it was just interesting. It was an interesting experience. And I think if anyone can, I would suggest trying to play a game like Rust. I don't know what DayZ's like anymore. DayZ used to have that ability to have that. But less so because you couldn't build your own bases and stuff like that. There was...
Let's say I've not heard anything on that in a while, because wasn't it supposed to come to PS4 like years ago?
Yeah, but it's not really moved. I don't think it's out of early access at this point.
At this point, I don't think it ever will be then.
No. PUBG... Sorry.
No, yeah, I was going to say, if anything, like things like PUBG and maybe Rust, like they seem to have the potential to move out of it.
Well, PUBG's out of early access now.
Yeah, like, but is it?
On PC, it's full release now.
But is it? I'm like, is it like full release worthy?
Yeah, I think since playing on PC, me and Dan have only ever had one problem, and that's been it really.
That's fair enough. Then if a lot of the issues people have been fixed, then by all means call it a full release. Like I
know the Xbox version is still quite lacking. I don't think it's still in the preview section.
Yeah. I think last time we played, we had some issues like with the motorbike, like
randomly flipped, and
that was a great chase though that we had. Like, and you died, and you was like, get on the bike. I don't know how to accelerate, and I was there for 5 minutes getting like shot at and tried to get run over, but they kept missing me, and I couldn't drive.
It's just a fun experience.
Yeah, and I don't get that enough, and like
I don't think many games offer what PUBG offers.
Yeah,
and I'm yet to.
I think that's why they're so popular.
I'm yet to try Fortnite, obviously, and if all things go well, I think we should probably try it after the podcast. But
once it complains and it's 6 years to download it.
Yeah. Well, which one's quicker, your Xbox or your PS4 Pro?
Probably Xbox still.
Yeah, we could probably play on that. I don't think it's very big. Or we could just play PUBG. Confirmed. Catch Up Cast plays PUBG after each podcast. I just find it interesting. I've gone on a very long tangent. That went on for like 10 minutes.
It's brilliant.
I don't think there's much more we need to talk about, is there?
I was about to say, is there any closing comments or like what are you looking forward to in the next week?
I suppose we could talk about the catch up.
Yeah, like the concept.
Because we've not actually had the conversation at the beginning where we tell the audience what it is. Sort of. Well, we have. I think over the past an hour and 40 minutes, we've sort of evaluated what this is about. So for me, in my opinion, the catch up is a way to keep in contact with Fox and work on a project that you won't have ever seen it, but I made a really emotional post about Collaboration Awesome.
Yeah.
Because I'll read it out and I'll read it out to you. I made a post about it because it was I liked Collaboration Awesome. I thought it's a good project, and I think a lot of people did too, which we didn't really see until after it was done.
And I feel like that's always the sad thing about it. It's always after the fact.
Yeah, because we did get supportive comments when making it. We had I can't remember what happened, but it was like that guy was just like, "Oh yeah, this." Like referencing things we'd said, and I'd never had that before.
Yeah.
Like when we went on about the cocaine in the Pokemon world joke, like someone was generally referencing it in the comments, and it was interesting to me. Oh yeah, so I posted a picture of the playlist, and the tag I put on it was, "These were actually really, really funny. We never finished it, sadly, due to technical difficulties, but maybe we'll do something else, comma, I actually really miss Fox."
Oh, dude.
Yeah. But I suppose this is sort of the natural progression of it.
Yeah, like
This
that's
is
saying
easy.
nothing's out of the realm of possibility. Like,
I mean, I, speaking for myself, and I think I speak for you on the same thing as well. It's not like we don't want to do Collaboration Awesome or
yeah,
another Let's Play show. It's just we could make an argument. People could make an argument that actually we could have just used the catch-ups time to just record some stuff,
yeah,
but it isn't, because when little secret, the catch-up takes a minute to set up. Whereas Collaboration Awesome would be, we'd have to plan a day. And again, we've had to plan a day and a time when to do it.
but this is a lot simpler because it can just like we don't have that restriction of having to make our way. Well, say me getting down to you, making sure you've got the setup so we can both sit there with the mic and
I think
everything. I can just plug headphones in and talk. Like,
I think there's probably an even easier way of doing this.
I had to say, this was pretty damn simple because what was it? 12:39. I was saying I was ready to talk, and literally, I think it was in like 5-10 minutes. Like that was it.
Yeah,
you'd done some tests, and that was it. You were starting.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm speaking for myself. I don't know what your opinion is of it, but like, I'd be open to do another Let's Play, but it's just finding time to do it.
Yeah, I'd always be down for it. Like I was reminiscing the other night about Let's Race Pokemon Online.
Yeah, that was a good series as well.
I really enjoyed that. And I remember, I was like 40 minutes trying to find a Arcanine, I think it was. Like, yeah. And you, like, I had a massive lead against you because it took me so long to get that, like, 5% encounter rate. You ended up catching up with me, like.
Yeah. Again, I think that would be very difficult to make because that service isn't available anymore.
Yeah, like.
I remember we had the... Yeah, you go first because I think we're going to talk about the same thing.
This thing like Pokemon Showdown and there's like stuff like that. Like if there's anything we can find that's like simple enough to be able to do, or just little things here or there, like whilst we figure out another way to do it, or
yeah, definitely. I mean, it was the reason we didn't do it is because timing issues.
Yeah, life got very hectic.
I think we could probably do it eventually. I mean,
I was about to say I'm about to go into my final year of unis.
I think our problem was hellhole. I think our problem was timing a lot of it.
Yeah.
We never sort of like gathered that we could probably just do like a series that's on and off, where we could just sit down one day, record like 2 hours worth of content, upload it, and then have like a couple of weeks off and do it again.
Yeah, I think we were too focused on like. And tunnel visioned on, we have to have something every single day or every single week. Like,
I think I wish I still had the original episodes we did after, because we had up to like episode 20, I think.
Yeah.
I think 12 episodes went out of Emerald, and we did 2 episodes of Mario Brothers 2.
Yes, I remember that because I had no idea. I had like no knowledge of Mario 2.
Yeah, Doki Doki Panic. And we had 2 of those out, and we were going to do a spin-off one because I was trying to copy Game Grumps pretty much.
Everyone is the Green Grumps.
But like, I think what we had was what was it called? What was the Versus show we made?
Collaboration Showdown.
Yeah, that was it.
See, like when you remember stuff like that sticks with you, and that's important.
That was quite fun as well.
I did like Collaboration Showdown. I did like that.
I think that was probably a better show, but then I also kind of liked the normal one, because the idea of adventuring through a game together was quite interesting.
Yeah, I did like Emerald. Like doing Emerald was fun because it was one of those very rare instances where I had a lot of didn't.
See, because what I wanted to do a proper massive game. Like, I wanted to
Yeah.
finally play Ni no Kuni,
Yes, I remember that.
and I think that would have been a really interesting series.
Let's get them views for Ni no Kuni 2 hype.
Yeah, exactly. But I think looking back at it, I think even if this doesn't do very well and stuff like that, I think the for me, I think the plan is I'd like to go into live streaming instead of making a YouTube show.
Yeah, live streaming is definitely like where
And
it's at the minute because YouTube has become a very unstable platform, like, and very, very hard to get into, whereas streaming is like it's proven to be a lot easier to get into. And
like, I'm not sure how we do it, but I think I think just as a thing, we'd probably just do a 2 show a week thing. One would probably be a let's play stream where we just played anything, and every week we'd go back to it until we finished it, and then one of the other days would probably be this, which is the catch up. So it's
yeah,
weird.
I think live streaming something would be a lot easier for us because I could still talk to you over Discord or something, and like watch have the stream in the background to see what the game is doing. Like, it doesn't necessarily require us.
But then again, it's like it's even easier. Like, if we're gonna do a live stream, we could just set up like a 4-hour period in the day where you just come over and we just stream, and then that's just the 4 hours. Then you just go off and do whatever you want afterwards, sort of thing.
Yeah, let's say anything's possible, and like the online stuff can be a backup if I can't make it like a specific day or something comes up and I'm like, oh, I have to do this from home today. Like,
but we don't rule anything out. It's just like if the timing's right, we'll do probably another Let's Play show on YouTube.
Just depends. Say anything's like possible at this point. Like,
but I think the future plan for Catch Up is just to carry on doing this.
Yeah, Catch Up's good. I enjoyed this first session, and I think it's gone really well. Like,
we've not spoke about it, but I think I think it'd be a nice, interesting concept to talk about. Not necessarily talk about on the show, but guests and stuff. I'd like, because of the nature of the way that we want to do Catch Up is as being a conversation, just talk about and ramble about stuff for an hour or two. I think a guest would fit in quite nicely into the.
Yeah, guests can fit in any way.
And there is people that I would like to have on the show, and not people that are technically just friends. There's people I would like to extend an arm to and try and work with them.
Yeah. Game Grumps, hit us up. Hashtag whatever this podcast is called.
But like, there is like, because this one was supposed to be about Nintendo, and we know about Nintendo quite a lot. But if we talked about PlayStation, I don't think we'd have a lot to talk about.
Well, let's say it's just whatever's relevant to us this week or however long.
Whereas, like, I feel if we got a guest in, if we wanted to talk about something specific that we don't know a lot about, we just try and find a guest.
Yeah, I was about to say that'd be cool.
Yeah. Like, there is somebody that I would like to have on a podcast type show that I would like to sort of interview, and I think that'd be another great way of doing it, and make me and Fox more of hosts, and get somebody on that we don't necessarily know too well. We'll do an interview with them. We get to know them
anything's possible
as a creator, I think.
I was about to say, and then that's catching up with them, and then the audience catching up with this person we interview and us. It's a catch up for everyone. It's not just for me and you.
But we don't obviously have a guest lined up, and we probably won't do one for a few weeks, but probably even longer than a few. But welcome to Catch Up. It's been great to talk.
It's been great having you here.
Yeah. I'm gonna say every Tuesday, because this will probably go up on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So make sure you tune in every Tuesday to the Catch Up with me, Bailey, and him, Fox.
Me, Fox.
It's been nice having you. I hope you can enjoy the show for weeks to come. You can find us, depending where you're listening to this now, you'll be able to find us on SoundCloud and YouTube as of this moment. The YouTube probably won't go up on Tuesdays.
Yeah, it might take a bit longer.
But the original will go up on SoundCloud every Tuesday. So yeah, we're signing off, I suppose.
Aye, aye.
Aye, what the hell was that?
It's my pirate.